Well, now that I've had a little bit of time to think about what went down yesterday, we spent way too much money on that land. I, I calmed down from that interaction with Ken. I don't know what's wrong with that guy, but we got some work to do. We got to locate the cultivator, which I think has been left out here. There it is. And we'll get the case going. And we got to go over and plow. I think just the one field that the poplar was in was what our plan was. And we can get corn planted in there after that. And also the field that's nearby, the closest one, was already cultivated and ready for something to get planted in it. We'll just have to check to see. I don't know if we need to put lime down. We'll have to get some samples of the soil made and get those sent in to see if they recommend doing lime this time. But other than that, we got to get busy here in May and take care of all of this to get it planted, because it's our last opportunity to get some corn in the ground this year. Let's head out this way down to that field and we'll get it cultivated up, get that poplar removed. This implement should do more than enough to take care of that. Ooh, soybeans look like there's some weeds growing in there, so we'll have to come over here and get those sprayed today as well. It's gonna be a busy one. I really wish Bobby was around to help us out, but we'll get by. We'll get by, and at this point, I don't know if I trust anybody else to bring them in to help us with farm work. Yeah, sad times, but this isn't a huge field. This is somewhat small compared to what we're used to working in, so we'll get this all cultivated pretty quickly. No use for poplar. And we definitely have a use for corn, so we can get that going as soon as we possibly can would be ideal, and have a good harvest this fall of corn, get our bourbon production back up and running. And I do want to do whiskey and bourbon pretty much year round at this point. So we'll do these two fields as corn. It won't be a ton, but it'll allow us to adjust the other fields configuration moving forward. We'll also have vodka once that wheat is ready to be harvested, so we got 4 productions. We're going to be busting out a lot of alcohol products in the future. And another field cultivated. It's so nice to get back to some field work here and not just working on those vines like we have been recently. A new field, some new scenery here. Nice view of the mountain. I think this will be a good investment, even though we spent way too much money on it. And I felt kind of bad taking that from Ken, because Ken could have used it, but after that interaction with him, I don't feel bad anymore. Not a chance. We'll get this cultivator put away. We'll get it staged in the cleaning area. And then I did get a little bit of soil sample. We'll drop that off at the dealership on the way home. They do have some equipment there to help us out with sampling the soil, and that'll tell us if we need to get the lime all spread here or not. And from what I was looking at the soil, it seems like it's pretty healthy, so starting to notice the difference between a field that's needing lime and what doesn't, and it seems like you can just tell by the color of the soil sometimes, and at least here in Montana you can. And that soil looks healthy, so let's get this home. I think we'll take care of those weeds next. I think that'll be good, because we don't want those to grow too much, and then after that, we'll get the planter all prepped to do these 2 fields. And that little hill that field runs up, it's a little concerning. I don't know if we'll keep that. We might adjust that. We'll see how it is when we're planting, but doesn't seem ideal to me. There's the pressure washer, so we'll put this right here. We'll leave the tractor there as well for now. But next, let's get in the sprayer, get this herbicide that we have, and hopefully that's enough herbicide. It should be. Over 500 gallons of herbicide here. We'll see if that's enough. I think it might be, but I wanted to use what we had before we actually buy more, and we're not going to be too far from the store if we do need to, so we can just cruise on over there. But we'll have to hope that there's no traffic around, because we're gonna have to hop out here and open this gate and block traffic for a moment. Streets seem pretty dead recently. I don't know where all the people are. Let's go ahead and get this open and cruise on in here. Should be safe to drive on this, since it is such a early growth state of the soybeans. Let's get this unfolded and we can line up and get started on our first pass here. And yeah, with this implement, this piece of machinery always makes for good, quick work. I think we got it lined up pretty good now. Should straighten out for us. We got our guided steering enabled. So we'll go ahead and cruise forward, enable the spray. Yeah, just do a little up and down here. Get rid of all these weeds. Looking good. You know, just about the right amount of herbicide in this tank here. We're spraying this last pass and we should be all set. Last field we'll have to, well, I guess the 2 new fields we'll have to spray those as well, or we could treat them with the weeder that we do have if we get them done in time. We do like to avoid chemicals on our crops that are turning into alcohol. That's been my plan the whole time. I don't see any reason to change that now. There was that mess up with the wheat that Bobby ended up having to spray those, but we can get by with just that one. Let's go ahead and get this home, and we'll get the planter all prepared to get those 2 fields planted for corn here. Very, very exciting. We'll make our money back for buying this land. It'll just take a little bit of time, a couple years probably. Not too worried about that. We should have an insurance check coming in soon from the fire, and then after that, we have a little bit of money coming in from the lease in Iowa as well, so we should be seeing that in the account before we know it. Okay, how do you close these? I don't see an option. Can we get a better help menu in the future games? I think I will leave this in the video. I was debating not, but like, let me get back to corn here. Like, why can't I see the button to close this? I mean, obviously I opened them at some point. There's no seeds anywhere around. I don't know what button it would be. I don't see any. So what's kind of funny, I don't understand why these are open, the back there. And I just reset the implement and they're still open. So we're just gonna live with it. I don't know if they've always been, but I don't see in the help menu any way to close those lids. And I've tried a bunch of different combinations on the keyboard. Nothing seems to do it for us. So like I said, we're gonna live with that. Let's go to the far field first, and then we'll work our way back to field number 6. Looks like we need to do some maintenance soon on this tractor. Looking a little rough. Feels a little rough. Get this all prepared here and unloaded, or unfolded. Nice looking setup here. So awesome to watch it bring it closer. Those hydraulics in work there. So sweet. Get our guided steering all prepared. We'll lock in and lower. There it goes. And probably go the safe speed here to begin with. Looks like it's getting planted successfully though, so we should be good. Cruise and do a headland here, even though it's corn rows. You know, we should be able to just turn around on this one. Let's just do that. Turn around, lock into this next row, make sure it's lowered. And that should be good enough on this field. I guess we should do the headland or the end row down here. Maybe. We'll get this work done. Let's see what speed this recommends. 14, 13 should be pretty good. You know, I haven't worked in this field before, so I have no clue if this will be enough seed. I thought we would just go with what we had already in there. We could have filled it up all the way because we had a little more seed at home, but I don't know. Just figured we'd gamble. In another field all complete here. Got this corn going. We'll have to get some fertilizer in it and figure out how we're going to take care of the weeds on these. We'll do that next, but our next stop is field number 6, as it's known around here. Get the corn planted there, and we only used, 30% capacities, and this other field is a little longer, but I think it's skinnier, so I think it'll be enough seed, but we got to find the field entrance, so this thing's fenced off everywhere. And I think the gate that I noticed was back on the road to the right. Yeah, down there. We'll go get that opened up and sneak on in. Kind of nice not getting interrupted by cars when I'm trying to do this though. Let's see if we can fit our big tractor through here and get this straight enough to get the planter in. We did. Okay, let's go ahead and get it unfolded. And here we go. One last field getting planted. This looks pretty because of the type of cultivating they did. Look at that. Looks nice. Some nice maple trees here. Wonder if we could tap these for some more maple. Have to see the property lines and find out if those are ours or not. Turned around there. Do this other end row, and that should give us plenty of room to turn around. And I think the other side was fine to just go up and down, and there was plenty of grass area out there to turn around in, so do that. Go ahead and lift. Loop around, lock into the next row there, and lower. Should be good. Yeah, beautiful process. Might make sense to do the end row because of that hill, though. I think we are going to try to get some extra money out of there. Harvesting it will be interesting. See if we can go up that in an angle and the header actually work. We'll find out in a few months. All right, let's see how driving up this works. Pretty steep. Got enough power. Pretty perfect. All right. Loop back around. Might as well do 2 here as well. We'll get that spot in the ups and downs. All right, get this busted out. I'll see you in a bit. And plenty of seed to finish this, which is beautiful. Beautifully done. All right, let's get this all folded, get it home, get it prepped to get cleaned. Need some maintenance as well. And I think fertilizer is required and probably weeding, but I think what we're gonna do first is check on the distilleries to see what we've produced and get those sent over to the distribution office so we can make a little bit of cash. And while I'm over here, I did want to check on the grapes and see how they're looking. Top out here. Not much growth yet. Still think we got a few months before they'll be ready. Yield bonus is looking good. Not sure what that means. That's not part of roleplay. Yeah, heading on over here to the factories. I figured we'd drop off the wool we had in our possession first. Should be able to sneak back this way. Oh, maybe not. What a tight squeeze. Not bad. Not bad. All right, let's see what we get going here. Looks like we have a couple whiskey, a couple regular. Perfect. Should have that at each of the facilities. Oh, did this one not get activated? Oh, bummer. It didn't. Well, it is now. Let's see how the capacity is here. Yeast, 129. Yeast down here, 69. So we didn't distribute that perfect. We'll have to keep an eye on that. We'll get this other one. And just over 1,200 pieces of each type of whiskey. That should satisfy our distributors for a little bit. Let's go ahead and head on over to the distribution center. And a little bit of eggs. Not really worth selling yet. Plenty of food still for the sheep. Everything looking pretty good. It's just kind of lonely. You know, no Bobby. Don't know what happened to him still. Haven't heard from him. Nothing from the investigators. Been a little bit since we heard from Ken. But I don't think anyone's upset about not hearing from Ken right now. But let's go ahead and drop these off here, and they'll let us know. 20,000 plus whatever this is going to be. Another 5,000. Not bad. Not bad for 1 day of production. We would have got a little more if I wasn't a doofus and I would have turned them all on. Let's get some liquid fertilizer all prepped so we can spray those fields. But I also wanted to check on the silage. Oh yeah, time to make some cash. All right, we've got 117, almost 118 yards of silage. So we're gonna take on down to the animal dealer. That's the best place to sell it in town, so we'll do that there. And it should be a pretty decent paycheck. Make up for our auction fiasco. Oh man, it's been a while since we've been over here. So cool. Missed this stuff. Missed it. I've missed it. Go ahead and get that sold. Ah, we missed a few there. Why do they keep going to the back? That's just silly. All right, it gave us a good amount of money there. Almost a little over $50,000. So we're almost back to 400,000. After spending 500,000 the other day. Pretty productive profitable day so far. All right, we've got plenty of liquid fertilizer. We got to head on back to those fields. I think I am going to spray them with herbicide. It's just a lot easier, and it's just me on the farm. It's taking a lot longer to do things without help, so I think it would be wise to spend my time by doing things a little more efficiently. Again, we'll start off with the farther field and work our way back. All right, this shouldn't take long at all with this amazing piece of equipment. As we say every single time we use it, it's just beyond an amazing invention. Oh, it's like, is it even taking? Let's make sure. No, these are all good. They're all good. They don't even need it. Number 6 does, but this one is all set. It's nice that the fertilizer that was applied to the poplar counts for us. Thought it would go away once we cultivated it. Very nice. Actually, beyond surprised, I thought the game reset those states. That's really nice to see. That's pretty well done. My dogs are not happy about something. Rough. Kids are probably playing outside. How dare them. All right, here we are in a field that does need some fertilizer. And I was kind of wondering, yeah, we do have activate double application rate. That's cool. So we look here, we have nothing. We turn this on, we drive forward a little bit, and then we'll stop. And we'll see, because sometimes those menus are backwards. Single application, so we'll go here, hit that, turn it back on, go ahead and cruise forward, and we should see darker blue now, but it didn't take on that first one. That's silly. That's silly. That's okay. We can come back and do that little spot, or just ignore it. What a good mod, though, that is. Kind of matches what you do with precision farming. Just one application. What a time saver. Thanks to Daggerwind for pointing that one out months ago, maybe a year ago. 3 passes. What a beautiful setup. My goodness, I know I say it a lot, but I'm sold on this crop protection type equipment here. And complete. We get to finally relax for a little bit. Check the mail, see what's going on. Maybe watch some TV. It's May. Baseball's starting up. Yeah, let's go watch some sports. Speaking of sports, if you're interested in sports, check out SWU Sports Network on YouTube. All right, let's get this put away. I think I will take a little bit of break and relax before I clean up all the equipment out here. It's about time to do a cleaning session. Jeesh. Let's go ahead and head over here. There was some mail I wanted to take a look at. Oh, I can move this chair? That's fancy. What about this fan? Oh, let's get the chair out of the way. Let's find out. Oh, that's cool. Oh, we knocked it over. But what I was wanting to do is set up my chair right here and this table and go through this mail. Go. Okay, this looks interesting. Is that Bobby's handwriting?